Hello there, this is AD Robles, and you're listening to AD on the Fight, Laugh, Feast Network. All right, let's jump right into it. Today, I was supposed to do a podcast yesterday. Thursdays is when I normally do it, but today is Friday, so happy Friday. Sorry about not doing it yesterday. I have an excuse. Now, yesterday, I don't know if you saw, but on YouTube, I posted a video of me fishing, and it was very dark, so in the first fish, you can't see much, you can only hear what's happening. The second fish, you can see a little bit more, but I lost both of them. I hooked them with the same lure that I caught the big fish earlier this week, and I hooked both of these fish in almost the same exact place. It might have even been the same fish that I tried to get. And he came off the hook both times, and it's just, you could hear it in my voice, the disappointment and the pain and the trauma that I experienced losing two fish in a row, like 5 minutes from each other. Oh man, but anyway, discombobulated my whole day yesterday, so sorry about that, but I did want to jump into it today. Also, let me say this. Thank you so much for all the encouragement regarding my John Piper content this week. I was actually thinking that I'd probably get a lot of pushback from that content because, normally when I talk about John Piper, I'll get quite a few how dare yous, how dare you? How dare you talk about John Piper? Like, that kind of thing. But actually, I only got one that I saw. I think only one that I saw. And many, many people reached out privately and publicly to say how helpful they found the content and how sad they are that it's true, essentially, about John Piper. But a lot of people have sent me an article that Desiring God wrote earlier this year about, the abortion part of the vaccine and how that's morally very questionable and stuff like that. And so it seems like he's almost reversed course a little bit. I don't know. I just don't know. And I really don't want to read too much John Piper because, Anyway, so thank you so much for the encouragement. I thought those videos were really good. I believe every word that I said there, and it's just a serious thing. But I thought we'd do something a little bit, lighter today. And I haven't done this in a while. Woke Preacher Clips found a good clip of Ligon Duncan, who I don't talk about Ligon Duncan too much, but he's woke as they come. And so here he is, talking about immigration. Now, listen, he's a conservative leader, so he's got to have like some kind of a good idea of what illegal immigration, why it's a problem and stuff like that, right? I mean, he's a conservative, definitely conservative. Remember Kyle Howard used to always call himself conservative? I haven't thought about Kyle Howard in so long, man. I've got some fond memories. Not really that fond, but Kyle Howard, he used to always say on Twitter, I am a conservative theologian. It's like, you're not conservative or a theologian. I'm a conservative complementarian theologian. Like every word that he said, that every way he identifies as himself is wrong. Every single one of his ways he identified is just completely insane. But hey, whatever. Let's talk about Ligon Duncan. Let's play it. Oh, I knew that was going to happen. I got to put it in my ear here. Hold on a second. I kind of got to take that call. And I'm just going to make him wait. Let's just turn the volume down. There we go. And this is what I do for you guys. I even reject calls that I should be taking.
Hispanic people than there are people like me in the United States in just a decade or a decade and a half. And then 20 years beyond that, anybody know what the largest ethnic group is going to be in the United States?
I don't know.
Asian.
Huh.
This country in 2055 is going to be majority Asian.
Dude, that's so racist, by the way. Like, Ligon, why can't Hispanics have anything? Like, we don't even have, our own History Month. Nobody cares about Hispanic History Month. We don't get talked about in any of your discussions. And then you mention us, and then 5 seconds later, you're like, well, the Asians are going to replace the Hispanics. Like, dude, how could you be so racist, Ligon? Or is it Ligon? Is it Ligon? It might be Ligon Duncan. Ligon Duncan. But anyway, you notice, Latinos always get left out. They're always left out. And I got a chip on my shoulder for that. It's always white and black this, white, black that. Who cares about white, black? How about brown? How about Latino, man? And now all of a sudden, he mentions Latinos, and 5 seconds later, the Asians are replacing us. I just don't get it. Ligon.
Now, a lot of folks are scared by that. You know, in conservative evangelical circles, oftentimes there'll be a real concern about immigration, and especially what? Illegal immigration, right? That'll be one of our big concerns.
So Ligon's getting ready to get above the fray here. Like most conservative evangelicals are very concerned about immigration and illegal immigration. But me, the great Ligon Duncan, can see beyond into the future of what we shouldn't be afraid. We shouldn't be afraid to be replaced by the Latinos, and then eventually they're going to be replaced by the Asians. Like, we should be welcoming it. Let's see what his reasoning is.
But here's the thing, and look, I understand there are all sorts of legitimate things to be concerned about that, but here's the thing. What if that is God's plan to reverse secularization in the United States? You know, all of us here, because we're Bible-believing Christians, are concerned about a culture that's growing farther away from God, more opposed to the Bible, more opposed to Jesus, more opposed
yes,
to
white people, they just hate God. I mean, it's just part of their nature. I mean, whites, they just can't, they don't like the Bible. They don't like Christ. They don't like God. And, you know, you get the Hispanics in there, then we get a little more Christian because, you know, the Hispanics tend to be pretty Christian. But then you get the Asians, which are way more Christian. So you got so that's the thing, like, you know, like, it's gonna be good because whites, they hate God.
What if immigration is part of God's strategy to reverse that in the United States, and that people that don't look like me, actually, because they believe like me, are much closer to me than people who do look like me, and who don't believe the Bible and don't believe in Jesus and don't believe the gospel. Oh, that gets me excited.
You can see he even had that gets me excited. He started twiddling his little thumbs and fingers and stuff. Let's look at that again. That was a little weird.
And who don't believe the Bible and don't believe in Jesus and don't believe the gospel. Oh, that gets me excited.
Look at what is this?
You see? Because,
Let's blow this up. That was good. Let's watch what happens when Ligon gets a little too excited. I promise you, there's information coming, but that was too good. Ligon's getting real excited. This is what he does.
don't believe the gospel. Oh, that gets me excited.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Ligon's he's thrilled. That gets him excited.
by and large, the Asians who have immigrated to the United States and are now part of the culture and are a growing part of the population do not share the secular assumptions of many people that look like me in the Pacific Northwest and in the Northeast of the United States, in the Ivy League schools and such. So, and it gives us a great gospel opportunity.
All right, so there's Ligon getting real excited. I mean, just I don't know if you guys like this as much as I do. I'm crazy. Okay, let's just stop there for a second. So Ligon's presentation here, his point is that, you know, there's definitely some legitimate concerns about immigration that people have. What I'd like to do is, because conservatives, liberals who want to pretend that they're conservative, they'll often say that. They'll say, well, there's some legitimate concerns, and that's how they set it up so that it's almost a way to make you feel comfortable. It's like, I'm on your side, guys. Like I call your concerns legitimate. Well, which one of those are legitimate, Ligon? That's what I'd like to know. They'll never say that. They'll never tell you what the legitimate concerns are, because that puts them in the crosshairs for the cancel culture to be like, oh, you're a racist, bigot, homophobe, xenophobe, whatever phobe, all that kind of stuff. So the minute he starts to tell you the specifics of what those legitimate concerns are regarding immigration, well, all bets are off at that point. So that's just a rhetorical tactic. He actually doesn't really believe that there's any legitimate concerns, and if he does, he needs to come out and say what those are, because that's important for us to know. But you see, so he starts off trying to get, you know, in your good graces. Well, yeah, your concerns are legitimate, but wait a minute. What if? You ever see that show Stinky and Dirty? What if? What if? Anyway, what if God's plan, his strategy for conquering the United States for his kingdom, for granting the nation repentance, for blessing our nation is, what if it's bring in the Latinos who will then be replaced by the Asians in 10 years, and then that's how we're going to become more Christianized? What if? Right? That's a legitimate question. What if? I agree. What if? That could very well be the plan. I don't know. But you see, this is the thing, though, that there's God's secret will. Like I don't want to get too theological here, but there's God's will, what he's going to do. He's going to bring in this nation to judge that nation. He's going to do this. He's going to do that. And then there's his revealed will. Right? And so then there is what he's revealed for us to do, like what he wants and what he wants us to do and how we serve God. There's things that we need to do and things like that. So there's two aspects of this, right? Because here's the reality, guys. God did bring the gospel to many blacks through the slave trade. God chose to do that. That was part of God's strategy for saving many blacks out of Africa, where they would have probably become Muslims at this point. And here in 2021, a lot of them are Muslims. And my family came from Nigeria. They were brought over in slave ships from Nigeria. Now, if you look at the demographic situation in Nigeria, had I still been in Nigeria, there's a very good chance that I would be a Nigerian Muslim, right? So God saved my family through the slave trade, but and we can understand that, but also understand that slavery was an abomination, at least the way it was practiced by the Europeans and the Africans that were, capturing the people and selling them. Like, we can understand that man stealing is a death penalty offense, so we shouldn't allow it. Selling people that have been man stolen is a death penalty, so we shouldn't allow it. So we can do both, right? So we can accept the fact and get all excited, just like Ligon, twiddling our fingers like this. This is jazz hands. Jazz hands are like this. This is how Ligon gets excited. We can get excited with Ligon, and at the same time be against illegal immigration. And at the same time, be against illegal immigrants voting and stuff like that. We can do both of those things, right? And so he's trying to set this up. It's like, well, don't oppose illegal immigration too much because it could be God's plan. Now, he doesn't outright say that, but that's the whole point. What if? Like, he's trying to draw a contrast here. What if instead of being such a bigot, you could embrace it, because it could be God's plan. Yeah, it could be. But I've got duties before God. See, God oftentimes saves people through bad circumstances. Let me give you another example. This is from my own life. Before I was married, before I was a Christian, I was in a relationship with a married woman, right? I wasn't married, but she was. And I was in a relationship with her. Evil. I mean, I deserve to die for that crime. I mean, listen, when I talk about how we should bring back the law of God, I'm not exempting myself. Like, that should have been a serious offense that I was involved in. Our culture treats it like nothing, but like it's a joke in our culture, right? But like, that's what I was doing. So through that I was actually brought very low through a series of circumstances. I've talked about this on the channel before. Through a series of circumstances, I was brought very low. Remember, the woman actually broke it off with me. Good for her, because she was married. She broke it off with me, and I was like, "How dare you?" Like, I was like mad that we were broken up. Like, I wasn't mad that I was like destroying a household. I wasn't mad that I was sinning before God. I was like, and then I recognized, man, I am a depraved disaster. Like, I'm depraved, right? And so that was one thing that kind of led me back to Christ, right? There's a few things, of course, at the same time that were all kind of happening providentially. I'll give you another one. During the financial crisis, right? I was making a ton of money on Wall Street, and the financial crisis hit, and then my income took like a 50% nosedive almost overnight, all while this relationship is happening too. So a series of like bad things kind of brought me to the realization that I was a sinner before God. I'm depraved. I'm hopeless without Christ, and Christ saved me through that stuff, right? Okay, that was God's strategy for saving me, right, and my family, and it changed the trajectory of my family and my children and everything like that. Man, God is so good, right? But that doesn't mean we shouldn't take adultery seriously. That doesn't mean we shouldn't be against adultery just because sometimes God will save someone through an adulterous affair. Sometimes God will save someone through a financial collapse. That doesn't mean we should engineer a financial collapse. Like, I just don't even understand the point. What is the point? What are you trying to get these conservatives to do that are just so scared? Like, they're scared. Well, I don't know. Maybe we should go back and see what hand motions he does for scared. They're so scared, but he wants to get them excited. Don't push back against illegal. Get excited with me. I'm excited. This is me. I'm Ligon Duncan being excited. Like, what's the point? There is no point here. This is just a way to sort of be like, hey, conservatives, calm down. Calm down. There's nothing wrong with illegal immigration. There's nothing wrong with, immigrants coming here and then you have to pay their welfare. And there's nothing wrong with any of that stuff, guys. This is part of God's plan. Come be excited. It's like, yeah, it could be part of God's plan because I do believe that God is destroying the United States right now, and that's part of his plan. That doesn't mean I'm going to try to stop it from happening. I don't want to be destroyed. I don't want my kids' future to be so difficult. I want the Federal Reserve to stop debasing the currency, and I'm going to fight against that. But I recognize that the fact that the Federal Reserve is debasing the currency is a curse from God. God's doing that. And so it's like, I'm not fighting against God. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do according to God's law. But I know full well that the reality is that God might be coming in judgment. It's like Jeremiah, right? This is Jeremiah, right? Where he preaches because God tells him to preach. He is prophesying because God tells him to prophesy. He says repent because God tells him to say repent. But then God says, but by the way, Jeremiah, they're not going to repent. I'm going to make it so they don't repent. But still go preach. Imagine feeling like Jeremiah. Jeremiah's like, okay, okay, Lord. You're the Lord. I'm not. You know what I mean? I'm going to go preach. Imagine how he felt, though. It's like, I'm going to go do this because God told me to do this, but he also told me it's not going to work. So that's my life now. You know what I mean? Listen, I'm not trying to make light of it, but what's the point of this? You know what the point of this is? Ligon Duncan is trying to keep his conservative bona fides while giving you progressive nonsense. While saying, oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be great. The fact that they're coming here illegally and you're going to be giving them all your stuff, that's great. It's like, it's not actually that great for those that God's judging, though. And the reality is, we know, of course, that for those who love Christ, all things work out for their good. We get that. Like, this is basic stuff. We understand that even a horrible looking thing, is going to work out for the good of God's people. We get that, right? But that doesn't mean that you don't have a job to do in the here and now. It doesn't mean you don't have a law to uphold. That doesn't mean you don't have justice to met out, right? Like, what's the point of this? This is just so childish. This way of thinking is just so, he thinks he's making a profound point, and he's not. He's absolutely not. I mean, anyway. When I saw this initially, the first comment I said, this is a little snark. This is the video you just watched is nice AD. The snarky AD said this: what if, and just hear me out here, what if we should sin more so that grace will abound? That's essentially what he's doing. Ignore all that. I mean, just embrace it. Encourage the illegal immigration maybe because it's God's plan. Grace will abound. It's just very, very dumb in my opinion. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you found this podcast helpful. I did. And again, thank you so much for the encouragement this week. I know I've got a lot of new subscribers due to the John Piper content. A lot of people are kind of discombobulated, but a lot of people have reached out and said, it's so refreshing because I realize I'm not crazy. I know this doesn't sound right, and it's great to see some people talking about it. I heard Joel from Right Response Ministries was talking about it. Good for you. I heard James White was talking about it. Obviously, John Harris was talking about it. Like, this is good stuff. I saw a great meme. Let me see if I can find it. This is, gotta go on Big Bear here. A lot of you guys probably don't like Big Bear, but I find him quite hilarious. He posted a meme that I thought was pretty good. And his whole thing is about the, being called an anti-Semite and stuff like that. But I just like the image here, right? Like, it started off like this. We had the slave master here. We were all standing up to him. And then the slave master, used his tactics, and basically everyone kowtowed to the tactics. They bowed before it. But there was like a few of us that were just like, nah, I'm not going to. And now there's more of us that are standing up to this idiot. And pretty soon, we're going to be a completely unstoppable force before the enemies. It's just no question about it. I love this meme and all of that kind of thing. This is just good stuff, guys. Anyway, I hope you found this podcast helpful. God bless. Don't forget to tune in next week on Thursday for AD on the Fight, Laugh, Feast Network.